Long ago, in a beautiful kingdom surrounded by lush green forests, a wise and kind king ruled over his people. One day, a mysterious sorcerer named Malgro arrived at the palace with a grand idea. "Your Majesty, I can build you a city of gold. Towers that shine like the sun, streets paved with jewels, and fountains flowing with sweet perfume." The king's eyes sparkled. "A city of gold? That would make our kingdom the richest in the world," Malgro nodded. "Yes, but we must clear the forest to make space for it." The king hesitated, but the thought of gold was tempting. Meanwhile, in a small village near the forest, a boy named Leo lived with his father, a woodcutter. One morning, Leo heard his father talking with the other villagers. "The king has ordered us to cut down the entire forest," someone said. Leo's heart sank. He loved the forest, the rustling leaves, the singing birds, and the fresh, cool air. He ran to his father. "Father, we can't destroy the forest. It gives us life," his father sighed. "The king has spoken, my son. He has promised us gold in return." Leo clenched his fists. "Gold cannot replace the trees, the rivers, or the animals. I must stop this." Leo rushed to the palace and pleaded with the king. "Your Majesty, the forest is not just trees, it is home to animals. It brings us rain, and it gives us air to breathe." Malgro smirked. "Nonsense. My golden city will have magical gardens, glowing rivers, and an artificial sun. Who needs trees when we can create something even better?" Leo shook his head. "But magic cannot replace nature. It may look real, but it will never be alive." The king frowned, torn between Leo's words and Malgro's promise of gold. That night, Leo met Mira, Malgro's apprentice. "I don't trust Malgro's magic," Mira whispered. "I became his apprentice to learn, but this is not how magic should be used." She handed Leo a small bottle. "This potion will help you understand the truth." Leo drank it and suddenly saw visions. Trees whispering secrets, rivers carrying life, and the stars connecting everything together. We are all part of nature. If we hurt it, we hurt ourselves. Leo knew what he had to do. The next morning, Leo went to the king. "Your Majesty, before destroying the forest, let's build a small golden village first. Let 10 people live there for 3 months and see what happens." The king agreed. At first, the villagers in the Golden City were happy, but soon they became weak and tired. "There is sunlight, but it gives no warmth," one said. "The air feels empty, like it has no life," another whispered. The king watched in horror. "I understand now. Gold cannot replace nature." But Malgro wasn't ready to give up. "Foolish boy, you have ruined everything," he shouted and raised his staff, summoning a terrible storm. Lightning flashed, but suddenly the real storm grew stronger, winds howled, and Malgro's magic was overpowered. His golden city cracked and crumbled into dust. With a final scream, Malgro disappeared, never to be seen again. The king turned to Leo and Mira. "You were right. Nature is not just land and trees, it is life itself. We must protect it." From that day on, the kingdom promised to live in harmony with nature, and the forest remained safe forever. And so, dear friends, always remember, we are all connected to nature. Protect it, and it will protect us. Because no treasure in the world is more valuable than the world itself.